Hi, welcome back. So let's have a quick taste in terms of what you will be doing, following along with me within this particular course. So we will be obviously utilizing Scalaide IDE. So here's a small example. So we're going to be building up or utilizing quite a few of the transformations and the actions within the Scala API. So here you can see I've created a couple of case classes. I've created the Spark conf object. Okay, I've named this particular process, and within here, within this user interface, we've set the master to local 2. So what this basically means that it will actually, if I actually then start up this process, it will just start a local process with just 2 cores. Okay, which basically means you can only really utilize 2 threads. Okay, and it will then go off and perform these particular actions. So, here we go. So to parallelize the actual array. So this is 1 to 10, and in fact let's do 100 here. Okay, so create an array or a collection of 100 objects. Here I'm just filtering, so basically I'm only picking the values where the modulus is 0. So basically 3, 6, 9, 12, so forth. It will just filter those values, and then so it creates a new collection, a new RDD with this one. So that's val B, and then B means collect. Val C here, so b.collect basically means return the values back to the client. Okay, so there's some sample code here, and here we're printing it on the actual command line locally. And this sample case here is basically now utilizing these case classes here to actually create, if you like, classes with proper variable names and so forth, named parameters. For these, it creates an array. So there's a 30 of persons and the 30 arrays of transportation objects. Okay, and then basically distributes those objects across the cluster, because we don't want this course really not to be just simple integers. It's a bit boring, and I actually want to create objects and distribute those objects across a cluster, and then perform computation on those objects. Okay, so what this is a sample. So we can actually, so if I save this, so there's no errors here. So I can actually now right click the Scala demo. I can now do run as Scala application. I can click on there. It's running the application here. So there you go. So it's running this application. Here's the output. And yeah, that's a whole part. So we'll look at what some of these outputs mean later on. But basically it's printing out the actual objects that was filtered. So you can see here. And if you look at the very first lines here, it says filter and then collect, and I've actually then printed the value of that. Let's see where that is, and here we are. So you can see all the values with the modulus of 3 that equals 0. That's printed here. So that's what the output there is. So that's